What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video we have another viewer VOD review in store. Today we're going to be taking a look at Euroramic and what I think he did well in the solo arena analysis and what I think he needs to improve on. But before I get into this viewer VOD review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, if you wish to support me in another way, use code Talon.fn in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen we have Euroramic's POV. He is going to be landing Pleasant Park. This is going to be a high kill arena solo, 15 plus eliminations. There's going to be a lot of good things to go over, but there are some mistakes and a couple of big mistakes that actually prevent him from getting this easy victory royale. Now he's going to be landing Pleasant at Bunker Chest, so things off spawn are going to be incredibly sticky. I think there's a little bit of panic and misplay early on here. So we get great drop for Bunker. We should be going Bunker first, but I like the decision also to go for the weapon. But leaving too many open angles right here. He did get a couple mats, so he could have afforded to build here instead of taking the 50-50. And he has metal mats he got from the chest. And this would just... Now going up is a little bit risky, but we didn't even get the other mats. Now he has gold spaz, so he has competent right here. This is really good. Using the tree as bait, 142. Now going for that peek again. The opponent is obviously going to be very, very scared getting hit for 142 big crack and realizing he's going up against gold spaz. So I like the decision to play heal here. I don't think you needed to go for those peaks. After he got that huge crack, because he's basically one tap to almost any weapon. Prioritizing heal, he does a good job right there. Has 12 builds, so he's going to let this opponent kind of make the decisions. He's going to slowly and methodically go up. It looks like he's also having some internet issues. Gets tagged for a little bit. Now good right here, this is an escape route. What you're going to see right here, good right thing, is he takes both, and then he's going to aim exactly right here to see if the opponent over peaks, pre-fire it. The opponent doesn't go there. Gets a good job, slowly, methodically goes up. Gets the elimination, and is going to get quickly pushed. Now has siphon mats from that. Going up, nice little crack right here. The opponent builds the wall for him. This is good peek, right hand peek, and he gets the cone. Unfortunately, just fat fingers on the cone, kills himself again. Good. That's just a smart thing. Notice how that opponent shot with the shotgun and Euroramic used the SMG. What's better at that range? Well, obviously the SMG is going to be better at that range than the shotgun, so he's going to get that advantage. He's going to jump in full sed, and this is a good example. Yeah, he does have a lot of bad packet loss. It was really good recovery, good recognition of the X8. That's why crosshair placement is so important. You want to make sure that you always have your crosshair on your opponent, especially if you're going to 50-50 in. Be prepared for anything. He recognized that the opponent was going to do the X8 classic there, and Goldspad finishes the fight. And he does that with packet loss.
Comcast is like literally the worst internet provider possible that you could ever fucking have.
Now we're going to get into this engagement here. We have a lot better mats, 300-ish. See this opponent jump down. Don't have a ton of mats. I like double boxing for space. That's really good. Good crack. It's pretty even trade. 58 white. Now there's going to be a mistake right here, and this happens a lot. And you get an opponent weak, and you get in a situation where this ramp, I see this a lot in my own personal gameplay. This peak is horrendous, especially with me being on 50 ping. I know Euroramic's a little bit lower, but if you don't get this wall, it's almost a free shot for your opponent. Because this is really what ends up happening. You end up trying to take a pickaxe swing, or you stop your pressure, and then you get cracked. And we don't have a lot of good white heals. Fortunately, we smart, we disengage, we get off back, we get some pressure off, we go back, he pops medkit smartly, gets it off. That peek is really, really bad. It doesn't give you a lot of choices. Yep, you even heard him say it himself. That's just a minor mistake. Just try avoiding that situation as much as possible. Continue the spray through, honestly, just to prevent him from healing. See some good SMG pressure. This is a right hand peek, good setup. Immediately duck back to left. It's a very good peanut butter. Notice how he crouched in. When he crouched, he basically stayed at the bottom. It's really movement to maximize your peaks. It's fantastic. It's a right hand peek. And that's how he basically wins that fight. An opponent that has better shield. does have the better shotgun, but he played the peek so well. He right-hand peek, stayed tight to the wall, and made it to where the opponent couldn't counter. So minor mistake, good recovery, getting that medkit off and resetting that fight. We'll jump into the next portion.
Familiar. Are you like a really good healer, bro?
We're gonna go.
Let me know, 'cause I don't think.
He's gonna break, and then he's gonna run into this opponent right here.
I come in a lot. Yeah, I remember you.
Good breakdown right here. A little bit of pre-fight damage, so good. I like this angle right here. I like this right here. Even the opponent taps him for a little bit, it's not a significant amount of damage, it's kind of a safe peek. Good pre-box, jump to the left, escape route. The opponent runs right out into it. He tried to place the cone there. As you saw, it didn't come down. The opponent gets the ramp, but he gets that front wall, which is the most important for protection. Really good. Finishing that fight incredibly fast. You're going to see him use the SMG to take walls a lot. I like it, but later on he's going to get a scar. Let's get in this next engagement here. I believe he's going to see a person that's just picking up loot, getting elimination, or going for a drop. Whatever it is. Now, this is kind of the crux of carrying a primal rifle. Your bloom is going to be pretty bad at range, but it shreds up close. Good high ground retake. 33. Good mechanics. Now, I hate when that happens. You jump down, swing down. Good recognition. Now, could have even phased the ramp right there. Good. I like the drop down right there. Right here, making sure he gets that cone in. Fantastic sets of Mitro Classic. That is really, really, really key. That's probably one of my favorite engagements from just good clutch sound. One, very, very, very good mechanics. And if he was prepared to phase, could even finish that fight sooner. But again, makes it to the right. The opponent drops down, looks blindly, doesn't even have... His opponent sees just randomly, wildly editing down. He just capitalized. Could have even phased that ramp and finished him off there. But decides to go through. You're going to see him constantly use this SMG to be the weapon that he wants to take walls with. He drops right here. I like this drop. Now this is kind of a interesting angle. It's played a little bit back. It's a right hand. This is really, really, really smart right here. This cone now captures him on that layer. He makes sure that he flips the ramp, gets the wall one tap with SMG. That is fantastic one weapon pressure. Good use of a mechanic and excellent understanding of how to phase a cone in the box, which is big on EU. So good to see an NA West player using that as well. You got some very, very good W cures on NA West. A very aggressive region.
Struggling to get that.
Good pre-fight damage there. You see the advantage of the scar. Go up here. Good. I like the not... Nice. Get a little bit of tap damage. I like the not wasting of mats here. I understand still arena, but there's nothing in arena that says that you have to build fight every single opponent. You could drop him down. Now he's getting pressured. I love that he puts the opponent... Now this is a... I like that much better. That's kind of a left-hand peek, but fortunately, I think the thing that really helps him here, even though this isn't like the best, most optimal peek, I think the thing is that where it's okay is because he's getting this opponent's getting pressured from the other side, right? So he's not really, he has to focus both sides. Now, he gets the wall here. It's pretty, he's pretty open. And then you see him use the sub to get the piece control and make sure he holds the wall. And then he makes a different edit. I talk about that constantly. When you have a wall and you've cracked your opponent, you reset the wall, it's always going to make a different edit so you're not predictable. Like what ends up happening sometimes if you make a peanut butter and then you reset and make it again, you get cracked because the opponent's thinking, oh, he's going to make the peanut butter again. Nope, you make a window edit and then you do a 3 tile across the side. It's whatever you want to do. But it's always just a good rule of thumb to kind of switch up the edit look. We're going to go in this next engagement here. It's going to let me. We're going to jump in this next engagement, like I said. Sorry, it took me a little while to get to it. 7 eliminations. We're going to double that up pretty quickly. See this opponent lurking. Just a little bit of a... You can, when an opponent's creeping like that, you can really take the time to make sure you get first shot accuracy, get some pre-fight damage, but we get there quickly. Good. We're going to see a little bit of mind games, like Martov's mind games. Good. Places a wall. This is a very common technique on EU right here. And good, 2 excellently executed click speeds. Let's talk about some... This is a very good engagement. You see this very, very common on you. Let me mute real quick. Now, I said the minor mistake to start this fight again is just not using the first shot accuracy on an opponent that's kind of crouch walking creeping. Because he's if you just sit still here, you see him crouch walking creeping. Chrysler's off a little bit. You can maybe go for it. I don't mind it that much. But the way he sets up on a right-hand peek, one box over when he's slapping the wall, which almost standard now, almost all really, really good players, smart players, intelligent keyers do this right here. He sets off to the side, makes sure his shotgun's out, looking at his opponent, crosshair placement, hoping he edits, trying to bait and edit with a pickaxe swing. The opponent actually does edit. Ramic smartly places his own ramp, forcing this opponent in this incredibly uncomfortable situation. Walls one tap, immediately ducks to the side here. He has no idea where it is, and this is going to be a good flick shot right here. Cracks 142. And I think the movement's much, much better on this one. Yeah, much, much better on the second portion. He was a little tight, a little open on the first shot, but the opponent was so far right and didn't even see him. That advantage, the clicks peek is so fantastic. If you really just pull far to the left, you can really make sure you end the fight without taking any damage. That shot is so hard to counter. I have seen in a couple people counter it, but you have to hit a very, very, very good shot. It's a much easier shot when you're on that wall. Now he drives around for a little bit.
This guy's trying to pop.
And then he's going to go into this situation. He tries to pop something. Good AR pressure.
This guy's trying to pop.
Spraying through. And like I said, you see the sub. So I think the minor mistake there is making that 3-tile edit first off. I think you want a little bit more protected peek. I don't know what heals he was popping. But we see good usage of the SMG to take walls instead of the pickaxe. It's a little bit safer. Good, beautiful right-hand peek crack right there. And that's why. And this is the correct decision. Don't go for the big. No need to go for the big right here. You're at health advantage now. Goes right here. Good. Take through with the scar. And then the opponent just runs out. He gets keyed by another opponent. You hear the build behind him left, and this is very, very intelligent right here. He just goes, okay, I want to key this guy. I just did 70 damage on him. I'm going to protect myself. Now, you take one look at this guy, and this guy is absolutely horrible. Any good player would already have the high ground, and then he just gets one pumped. Now, interesting enough, when you have the scar, I don't think you really need the SMG for wall taking. I believe there was an infantry rifle right there you could have grabbed. I really like the infantry. Use the scar kind of as your up close and spray through weapon, your infantry, your long range, pre-fight damage tag. I've seen some pros use that combo. I really like it. When you have that scar, that's all you really need for wall taking. But it's personal preference. He's one of the few Master Key players, Ramic, I've actually seen that VOD review that carries an SMG, but he used it pretty much solely to just take walls for wall pressure. So it's good recognition where this guy's going to go. I believe he gets cracked significantly heavy here. Good. Slows down the pace. Double boxes for extra space. Now there's a 50... Guy hits a good return shot. Let's just talk about the running out aspect. We lose our peak, and then we turn into a 50-50, so this is a minor mistake. It was good probably to catch off, and it's just hard to execute that. There's just a ton of movement, a ton of crosshair movement to execute something like where you make an edit, reset, re-edit, and then get your crosshair when you want to go. So this is a good cone right here, but here's the problem with that. You're going from a mid tile to bottom tile, so you have to swing your crosshair back up, especially since the opponent's on the ramp. It creates a lot of crosshair movement. The only thing that could have made this move a little bit better, one, this is the left-hand peak, so it's not even that good because you're running at him on a left-hand peak, so maybe use this. And what you could have also done is done a floor tile to center, so your crosshair is already more up, because now you have to move it down to up. You flick up as you see, and the opponent makes a good move to the left, and the opponent actually even gets out because you have to worry so much about your crosshair. If your crosshair is already up there at that mid-level, you don't have to move it as much. You maybe get the shot up before he gets the wall. Now the opponent does a good job of actually somehow returning fire. I don't know if that's bad internet or what. Now, we get a little bit, I would say not lackadaisical, but I don't know if this is a different opponent. He does a great job right here. The opponent just psychos in. Love the decision to go out instead of making the edit down. Make sure he blocks everything. He places a cone, so in case the opponent runs at him, it's a 50-50. And then again, we hit that very important right-hand clicks peek. Finishes off the fight. Very, very good stuff. Good recovery. Just a little bit minor mistake on the just kind of running out with a 50-50 with a left-hand peek would have been extremely sick. But
Dude, having a gold pump is so broken. Like,
having a gold pump is pretty strong.
This game, it's literally...
So we're gonna go over to this part of the engagement.
I'm just gonna keep keying, bro.
So, and this is like where the situation is like having infantry there is probably 88, maybe 120-ish damage. As opposed to the sub, you can use this guard to take wall. It's much more common. So, very, very rare you see submachine guns being carried by mouse and keyboard players. You could definitely do the Scar infantry, especially if you're not going to carry any type of whites. Good, grabs it right here. Notice there's two opponents here. So this guy's looking through.
Grab it.
See, I like the way he does use the SMG. He's using spray through for SMG. Full box his opponent. With crosshair placement, and then this opponent is just going to psycho through, and then as he runs right through.
Holy shit! Nah, no shot. My aim is on some beat. Like
that was really, really good. That's just good crosshair placement. Crazy, let's go see these next last couple engagements, and let's take a look at the end.
Oh my god, I'm going to pump this kid.
See his opponent up top here, using. Gets blocked off right there. Good cutoff right there to maintain the high ground. Sprays through. Smartly recognizes that his opponent's builds. Good kill with fall damage. 25. Yep, and that's a minor mistake. Oh.
What the f is my... Ah! Stop.
That is such very, very good aim, but it's a 50-50 peak with that amount of heals you don't really have to take. You maybe get a little bit, but... And this is where I feel like sometimes, if you want to make... This is better crosshair placement will make this a little bit better. When he's trying to take the... When he's spraying through the SMG, most of the time the crosshair placement is pretty good. You can definitely get some bleed through damage, or if the opponent makes a counter edit. Make sure when you're just like spraying, just make sure it's not willy-nilly, right? When he sprayed at he was spraying at the bottom of the build, I believe. So smart. Most of this, we got some pre-fight damage. We see 25 fall. This drops really, really healthy. It takes like 25. We drop down. We make a nice little pre-box. We cut off an angle, and it also gives us a way to back out. And you notice with the sub, good pressure. We do a double swing on a wall. We actually don't get it. Now notice how the crosshair placement's good. We jump to the side, make a pre-box. Notice where like our aim goes. We're not aiming at the opponent when we're spraying through, because we just start willy-nilly spraying. We're trying to spray and take the wall, and we get it. We miss a shot. We get cracked. Now he baits a mini right here. He hits a nasty pump shot. Very fortunate that he one pumps this opponent, but nearly ends up getting taken out from the third party above. Could have maybe played a little bit more safer, but just good aim bails him out right there. That's fine. It happens.
Don't fucking edit until you feel. Don't edit it.
Now this opponent, I love this decision. He plays this fight so much, what I would say, like slow, methodical, smarter. This opponent's in all his...
Leave me alone, you fucking psycho, bro.
He plays this so much smarter, in my opinion.
You can have it. Have the loot, bro. Just have the loot.
He had him all full piece control, all walls, all cones, all of that. And then I think Rainbow's going to realize that this guy is still in almost all of his piece control. He gets him to a right-hand peek, and then just one pumps him. Very smart, intelligent.
See how hard I'm hitting?
He's hitting just
I'm actually human aimbot right now.
Thunder pumps. Now this is where the video just... This is like overzealous and smart. If you're in this situation, like if you want to turn this into a 17 kill dub.
I thought this guy was going to... Oh no. Yo, my boy's cooking 90s out here, bro.
There's no need. So what Rakeup's gonna, Merrick's gonna do?
Don't hold me, okay.
I know it might be cringe, and this is maybe if you just want to turn this into a 17 kill dub.
Chill.
But once you get up here, get in zone, just box up. This is what I would definitely tell you to do if you're in a turn situation. This opponent has so much natural high ground that retaking it is going to be a gigantic waste of time. He's going to reconnect here. We don't even get to see this other opponent.
Wax off, wax off, wax off, wax off. Bro, can I crank bro.
And then we take a bunch of damage.
Over aggro. I'm cool though.
Now this is just kind of a bad peek. Opponent spraying through with a scar. He does a good job right here.
30. You're cool. You're chilling. You're chilling. You're chilling.
But we now burned all of our hard mats.
Fight.
And pretty much, opponent's still going to be at a health advantage.
This guy's popping bandages. Straight down. Hold it right hip. Shocking out.
Now, he gets a max pull. Imagine if he had just boxed up there and not challenged, he would have a lot of mats. He could go ahead, be the one that holds, and get a free kill, and this opponent has to go max. But what's going to end up happening, they get a long build by. He has to go for a chop, right? Because he has 19 builds.
Oh no.
Does a good job of blocking off. He edits it down again, and then you're going to see poor aim. Miss, miss, miss.
No, I actually sold that mass.
And you see what ends up happening here. So different, like I said, I understand it's arena. You're gonna go key. You want that 17 go game. But in those type of situations, if you play front side in 6 zone and arena, you're almost guaranteed. No one does it. You go play front side, hold everyone, be that, you know, be that guy, I guess, that goes ahead, holds in arena. It will net you that 17 kill dub. We saw a lot of good stuff, a lot of good mechanics. We saw a lot of good right-hand peeks. We just saw sometimes some overzealousness. I think it would be just kind of the theme, the mistakes, just some of the, just like in Pleasant, pushing underneath with those ramps to go in for the finish, take a bad peek. We saw him trying to basically crank up on the opponent that has a mountain, spray him out, waste a lot of builds, waste a lot of heals, and then gets caught up in a max pull. Just overzealous sometimes for the kills. We got some really big bailout shots. Crosshair placement was good for the most part. The only time I really saw it being an issue was trying to spray out that one opponent with a wall. We saw him, I like that strategy though, carrying stuff to be kind of your spray out weapon. My opinion, if you can use it, do it just fine with the scar, and then have the infantry for long range to get, because you can absolutely aim bot people. Infantry is by far the most broken gun right now. If you have any type of good aim, or if you're a control player, you are frying people over the map at whatever range. It's nuts. It's a gun that I personally believe really needs to be used in your inventory. We don't know how long it's going to be, if it's going to be in the next season or not. But overall, really, really good sound keying skills for sure. Just a tad bit overzealous, like I said before. We did see a lot of good peaks. We saw very, very insane, and we saw a lot of big pumps coming out from Euroramic. But that is going to do it for today's viewer vibe, you guys. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.